Hey, it's your boy JD. I'm just on another commercial inspection and just wanted to share something that I thought about. If you didn't know, I am currently, I run a commercial inspection business in Florida, and I am currently just at a commercial inspection right now. Um, we do all kind of things inspection wise, but nonetheless, I am here to tell you about when I started out everything. I started out as a cat adjuster, and I wanted to share with you a couple of things that I wish I knew before um, becoming a cat adjuster. At least things would have been a little easier. One was that um, the number one thing that I want everyone to know is that usually you're never going to be um, in the city that you're in. Usually it's like, hey, come here. We need you on site here in 24 hours, 48 hours. And at least that's how it used to be. Now I know there's a lot more remote positions available, but in my day, you had to like be in Mobile, Alabama, in 2 days, and that was how you accepted the assignment, pretty much. Um, the second thing I would remember is that um, set yourself up as a business, and you can talk to a professional about what taxes, how you need to take your taxes, and all this, that, and the other. But for a lot of people, you're gonna probably make more money than you've ever made at once. So um, just be aware that the money is very temporary in cat. It can be abundant. I could tell you, from personal experience, I made $14,000 in 2 weeks before. 14,000, and I made that for 3 months. That was crazy, but it's like you can really make a lot of money doing cat. And that's how I started out in my adjuster journey. Um, and I just want you to understand, like, with this note, particularly, like, manage the money. You were living off of whatever it is you're making right now. Like, at first, start trying to live off of that. Now, I do know that you will have, you also will have to understand that you will have other expenses that you might not have normally had if you are a cat field guy, or you're a cat person that has to go into a physical office, like if you're working for Pilot or something like that. So be aware of that. And whether you got Hilton points or whatever, use all that stuff to your advantage, because that will save you money in the long run. And like I said, don't don't go crazy because you getting paid 2,000 or 3,000 or $4,000 a week. Don't go crazy. Like, manage that, because when the storm ends, which it won't last forever, and sometimes you get released after weeks of being there. Um, Manage your money well so that you can live after. Because I know a lot of people even that they just up and quit their jobs that they had doing whatever to go chase being an adjuster, for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, But then I've also been on assignments that have lasted. I think the assignment that I've been on the longest, it was kind of like after the storm. It's litigation. Usually litigation stuff always lasts longer. So usually that's, you sit in an office and you work those for, I think I worked for like 14 months, making decent money. So that would be the second thing that I would tell you. Just manage your money, look at your money, set yourself up as a business, pay yourself, and manage that, because you're going to get an influx of money, and I want you to be able to live after the storm, as they say. The third thing would be you definitely do not, you definitely don't understand the whole thing about getting licensing and getting certifications. If you live in Florida, I'll tell you a pro tip right now. You can go to UCF, University of Central Florida. You can get a matter of fact, I think it's at a couple other, or it used to be community college, but now are state colleges. It's called the Accredited Claims Adjuster, ACA class. This class is 40 hours. A lot of times it's taken online. I took it personally myself. I took it in class, but you can take it online. It's a 40-hour class. It gives you a lifetime designation within being able to keep your license. So with this particular class, I was able to get the requirements so that I did not have to take the state exam, which is the biggest thing about it. Is like if you take this class and of course you pass it, you do not have to take the state exam ever. And not only that, it gives you a lifetime designation to where you know, if you stop doing adjusting for 5 years and come back, they renew your license. All you got to do is do the CEs. You do have to do the CEs, but they just instantly, like your license, it expires, but it doesn't expire because of the lifetime designation. So I would also say, you know, as far as designations, like look into whatever there are as far as that. Also, licensing, whatever state that you get licensed in, immediately begin to see what reciprocity you can get in other states. Because at that time, all you have to do is apply for the license, and you get it based on the reciprocity. So, you know, do that. And it's always good to have Texas, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina. I would always keep those. I still have those active licenses today, just in case. Because I mean, I'm probably not going to be doing any adjusting, but I also want to tell you to get your NFIP. That's easy. It's something good to have. You know, any other certifications that you can get them, and that will help you along the way. And then also, the third point, or is it the fourth point? The fourth point is pay attention in training. And I'm not saying pay attention to the point where, you know, you're just sitting there, you know, attentively listening. I'm saying, please, especially if you're not in a construction trade, take notes. When you do an estimate, make a copy. Understand what you're looking at. And it always helps that if you get just the basics of it, you know, a lot of the other things in adjusting, like making the calls and this, that, and the other, that just is, you know, regular office work. But the actual work of like reviewing the estimate, writing the estimate, understanding what a contractor is talking about, make notes, and I'm just put it in your phone, put it on a piece of paper, whatever. Trust me, it will take you a long way, because before you know it, you'll be the one that everyone that hasn't paid attention during any of that, they will be coming to you, which is going to make you more valuable when people start to release others as the storm dies down. Because your knowledge, I promise you, will be an asset in the end. And then the next thing I would say is, just when you go there with no expectations, but all the expectations. Is that if you can manage the money, get the knowledge, make sure you got all your got any certifications, you got any licensing that you're gonna have, Before that deployment is over, you'll be ready to move on to the next one. You'll be a valuable asset wherever it is you go next. And then not only that, I mean, and I know some people don't necessarily want to do it, but I've been also, not only have I been a CAT adjuster, but I've also been a staff adjuster before. And like I said, right now I do loss control, and I do commercial inspections as well. But I've been a staff adjuster. That knowledge from being a CAT adjuster will put you in a perfect position if you want to be staff. Staff gonna pay less, but staff is steady. That's really all I can say. You still get the pressures of the same thing. It's just that, you pay into a 401k now. That's the difference for me. You don't necessarily get anything more. If you want to make a career out of being an adjuster, that's a great way to get you some, get all your licensing, get all the certifications that you can get. Be a CAT adjuster. It's a great way to get experience if you want to move into adjusting being your career. Insurance being your career for that. And there's a lot of different avenues in insurance that you can go to, but those are the things that I feel like I wish I would have known before I took my first deployment. I actually got licensed in 2008, and I had my first deployment, I think, in 2010. So it took me 2 years to get a deployment, but it's like once you get it, it's just like boom, boom, boom. And I know a lot of people that they've taken one assignment, and then that's all they ever felt like they needed to do. It was just a quick money grab, or it was because the money sometimes can, in certain people's situation, can save your life or change your life. And I want everybody to understand that if you're gonna be a CAT adjuster, just understand those things before you go, before you take your first deployment. Even if you think, you're thinking about getting into it, but you may not get into deployment for a good amount of time. So just to let you know, just because you even get all those things, deployments don't come, but you have to keep putting yourself in a position to be able to be called. And maybe I'll touch on that in another video, but like, share, subscribe if you want to see that video. So go ahead, enjoy. I'm glad I was able to share those things with you, and I hope they help if that is what you want to do with your life. Again, it helped me get to where I am right now, and I appreciate all that time and all that education that I got, and the struggles and all that of being a CAT adjuster, so that when I was a field adjuster, I was ready. Also, when I became a staff adjuster, I was ready. And it's just like life goes on. So on to the next thing. I appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Like, share, subscribe. Enjoy.